Hello and welcome everyone, time for a new Legacy video, and I'm going back to my favorite deck of all time. Well, that's not true, in fact it's my favorite deck, but you know the drift. When I'm playing Control, I love this, it's Jeskai. So this list, when I saw it, it made me feel things. Let's just quickly look at how this player did. So I just completely copied their 75. I thought it was very interesting. So Jeskai Control by this player Kako Ferrer. I definitely pronounced that incorrectly, but this was of the Legacy Showcase Challenge, 5th place, 8-1. So there is something here, and let's just dive into what this player has decided to do, what I really like, and what I have doubts about, or what I don't know why they are playing it. Now, they did well, so always keep that in mind. It's not like I'm saying that they did wrong decisions, just like I'm just confused or not sure why they did it. Not saying it's incorrect. First off, the land suite. Love this. If you look at this land suite, there's just only 2 basics, which is honestly... well, that's not true. Just 2 plains, and then we have 4 islands, but 0 mountains. So we are still playing basics, but then we are playing very, very heavily into duels. 3 volcanic islands and 2 tundras. If you watched my content before, I've always tried keeping Jeskai as basics heavy as I possibly could. This player decided to not do that, just go full on to the duels. So yeah, I can see it. I can see 3 volcanic islands when you are just playing 1 Port Endlingus is interesting, and 3 Pyroblasts on the sideboard. Now keep in mind, we do have prismatic endings, so that also makes the use of red very apparent. And then we have 1 Karakas. I love this right now. If you can slot in a Karakas in your deck, you probably should, because it's just so free. It bounces to Mio, stuff like that. So I like this. Then now we have the generic blue stuff, Brainstorms, Ponders, Force of Wills, but look at this. We are playing double counterspell. That is interesting. It's been a while since I've been able to cast some counterspells, so I'm excited to see how that worked out. This is usually what we're doing right now. Swords, ending, 1 verdict, dig it, and then look at this. We are playing Planeswalkers again. We are playing the combination of Narset, Potter of Veils, and Teferi Time Raveler. Oh man, I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to pull this one off. I love it. And even a Chase. Ah, Chase. Those were the good days, right? And the rest is relatively stock. I like back the basics, you know that if you've been watching my content for a while now. 1 One-Chi-Tong, really like that. I think it's cool as a one-of. I've tested this as well. I've gone up to 2, maybe even 3, but I don't think you ever want more than 1. And then we have Snapcaster, we have Dress Down, and 1 Fourth Elingers. No Wizards package, that's interesting to be aware of. I think it's going to be very good against all fair decks. We shall see how we perform against the unfair decks. Sideboarding, more removal, 1 Wrath, 1 Supreme Verdict. That does make sense. I like Lavinia, Zorius, Renegade, good against a plethora of decks, also good against some combo decks, stuff like that. Nullrod makes sense, Trip Pyroblast, Surgical Containment Priest, all relatively stock, Graveyard Hate, Show and Tell stuff. And we are very bad against colorless decks, so we are playing double Harbinger of the Seas, 3 Consigned to Memories, and we already have 2 back the basics in the main, so we should be good against those, and 1 Hydroblast. I love this list, seems very, very clean, so let's just dive in. If you're watching this and you haven't done so, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because I do like making content, you know that. I'm on the draw, I do have Force, Double Force, Tamio, so 1 land, and this is really, really good. I think I'm just gonna keep. I have 2 draw steps to find land, so yeah, this is gonna be a keep. Keep in mind this deck plays 21 lands, so we should be good. No Surveyor lands though, that's unfortunate. Thoughtseize, do I want to fight over this? I don't think so. I think this is okay, let's just let it resolve. My guess is that they take Swords to Plowshares if they are playing blue-black aggro. This is a matchup that should be favored for us. This is the reason why you want to be playing Control right now, unless we're playing against stuff like Doomsday, of course. But in general, we should be fine. They do take Tamio, that does make sense. It's going to be Tamio or Swords. There we have another land. I'm going to place Scalding Tarn. Don't want my opponent to know that I have drawn a land. If I would want to change anything to this list, that would probably be my first thing. Just include 1 Surveyor land because it's so free. Trim like a fetch land, or just maybe 1 volcanic. That's probably my first. My only real thing that I'm unsure of why this player decided not to do that. I'm not going to fetch here, of course, because I don't have Surveyor lands. I'm just going to chill. Play the land here. Dress Down. Good pickup. Okay. I really want to draw another land, so I have Narset too, so I'm okay with this. But you have turn Surveilled, leave it on top, and then just draw and pass the turn. I mean, I'm the control deck here, so I'm just going to go draw, go all day long. That's fine by me. Maybe I should soon at the end step go for Dress Down. My guess is that they have Bowmasters. They're going to flash it in now. Do I want to fight over this? I don't think so. I have Swords. I could counterspell, but I just do not want to walk straight into a daze. So I'm not going to do that. This is fine. These days, if your opponent just has 2 mana and does nothing, always assume that's going to be Bowmasters if they're playing black, of course. I'm definitely going to sword, so I might as well do this now. I'm just afraid of Kaito, so maybe I should let it... Maybe I should let this one pass, and that means I really need this Dress Down and Swords to get rid of Kaito, because that's the card you lose to, so yeah. Yeah, called it. So what I'm going to need to do here is probably be very aggressive with this Dress Down. I just need to draw a land for starters, but I do have double force, so we should be okay. I'm just going to draw a land here. Nope, that sucks. I guess I have to Prismatic Ending the Orcish Bowmasters. If they fight over this, that's really okay. There we go. What I need to do is I just need to get the 3 mana, end step, Dress Down. Well, I need to do this in their upkeep, otherwise the creature does not lose hexproof. So I need to Dress Down, and then I can Swords the Kaito because it no longer has the hexproof. That's the idea. So it looks like we are currently, well, I'm just a bit mana screwed here. 1 land and we're fine. Take rid of a Wasteland, so good that we were able to get a basics. Maybe looking back on this, I probably should have fought over the Bowmasters. I'm going to Brainstorm. I just need to. If I have Bowmasters, I have stuff to fight over it, so that's okay. Okay, not bad, not bad. So Endling is definitely worthless. Definitely want to play this one. What do I do not want them to take? That's what I should probably be thinking about if they have Thoughtseize. So I need to, next turn, go for Dress Down into Swords, so I should probably hide those 2. Put them like, but I really want to have Swords in case, and yeah, I have so much counter magic, it's okay. So I'm going to play this, play that, and have Tamiyo. Now they clearly do not have Bowmasters anymore. Do I want to block this Kaito? I don't think so. I think I want to have Tamiyo. Him to Turok. Perfect. See? So this is why I've hidden the cards that I didn't want them to take. I'm perfectly okay with this. The safest place to hide your cards against blue-black is always on top of your library. Keep that in mind. They stun this. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I have Brainstorm, so... So we've set this up well. I'm not unhappy here. This means we can now Dress Down into... in their upkeep, and we have double force up. My guess is that they may have Bowmasters. Then Dress Down is also very good, but I really need to just do this in the upkeep. And keep in mind, we know that we have Swords on top. I could Brainstorm here, flip the Tamiyo, but that was... what does that get me? Yeah, I don't want to risk it. I'm just going to pass. Okay, so in the upkeep, Dress Down. Okay, that works. So we will draw the Swords, and I'm going to Swords now. Against blue-black, it's really all about, can you prevent Kaito from sticking on the table? If you can, you win. I'm exaggerating, but you catch the drift. It's the most scary card that they have. So I'm going to fight over whatever they do. Pitch Narset here. I'd rather have Brainstorm since I have Tamiyo. They Brainstorm. I'm going to let that one resolve. They found a Force of Will. So let's use my Force. Let's see if they have something left. And we won the war. Nice. That's good. That's really good. Now, they have 2 cards left. They're going to draw 1, so we're not out of the weeds just yet. But we needed to get rid of this Kaito. So I had to fight over this. Otherwise, it would have just buried us all on its own. Okay, Tamiyo, that's good. Because we will win the Tamiyo war. We are very favored in that. Looks like they were thinking about playing Bowmasters, but they remembered that there was a Dress Down here, so they will play it now. Maybe in my upkeep. Indeed. Called it. Still not the end of the world. That's a bad draw. Let's yield. I'm not going to play it in case they want to Thoughtseize me. I think looking back on this, I probably should have fought over the Bowmasters. They don't play that many Kaitos, usually 1 or 2, so maybe it was correct. Then again, what was I going to do with the counterspell otherwise? I was just afraid of running into a Daze, which is a valid concern. They him, perfect. This is why we kept the land. Nice. Another land that is really bad. I am just going to... Yeah, what are we going to do? I guess I just pass. What am I going to do? Attack with Tamiyo? And then what? Draw? Then they ping me, I lose. Yeah, I'm just going to yield. Let's block their Bowmasters. They draw the clue and looks like they have a Murktide coming. Yes, indeed. That means we're going to concede. Okay, so not much to be said here. As expected, you lose to Kaito in this matchup. If they don't have it, you are well set up to deal with whatever they're going to try and do. I want to have as much as removal as I can, so all removal spells, I'm going to play that, and that's pretty much it. I could play Lavinia. I don't really like it. And then what I don't like in the matchup is just Force Wills. You really don't want a 2-for-1. them. And Back to Basics is not for this matchup, so we can safely cut those two. So I guess we could play in a video as well. I'm not sure if I want to. I could see myself keeping maybe one force. One Back to Basics is fine too, you know. If you want to get really cute, we could play Containment Priest to prevent them from ninjutsuing the Kaito. Is that worth it? So they just cast most of their stuff and they only play 1 or 2, maybe 3 after sideboarding if they are really aggressive. But we have triple Pyroblast now, so I don't think I'm going to do that. I guess I should play. It's going to be 1 Back to Basics, so 1 Force. I think it's going to be 1 Back to Basics. Okay, so pretty medium hand. Only 1 land, no cantrips. I don't think I'm going to keep this. Let's keep this one. Keep, and what do we get rid of? I definitely want to keep. Yes, Supreme Verdict is good too. I think I'm just getting rid of a land because they can wasteland that one. Let's start out with a Ponder. Turn 1 Thoughtseize incoming for sure. So again, safest place to hide your cards are on top of your library. So I'm definitely going to draw the planes. And then what do I want to find the turn afterwards? I guess Counterspell. Just a Ponder. I like that. They did shuffle with a Ponder. Good to know. Let's pass. I may shuffle away that Snapcaster because I want to find lands. I guess not. If they're not doing anything, that makes it easy. Let's play the planes. Pass. Like I said, I want to go the entire day. Looks like they agree. Let's just draw. Land, please. Yes, indeed. Excellent. So looking good. I like the way this is going. Bowmasters, I guess. Let's just counterspell this. Again, I'm just doing this because I don't want to have Kaito in play. Mystical Dispute, nice. No response. So, again, the only thing I'm afraid of here is Kaito. So if they have it again, that's unfortunate, but nothing I can do about it. So I guess we just pass through the turn. No Pyroblast is unfortunate, so we're in trouble. If they have Kaito, so be it. Sucks to be me. Okay, I'm gonna chill. Swordsing something now does not make any sense. Okay, no Kaito. Phew! Dodged a bullet there. That means I'm okay with this. Thoughtseize. I want to swords in response, I guess? Actually, force. I like that. Yeah, let's yield. So now, depending on what they take, that gives me a lot of information about their hand. If they take Supreme Verdict, that means their hand is very threat-heavy. If they have 1 Shitong, if they take that one, that means they don't want me drawing cards. If they take Snapcaster, what does that tell me? They do take the Snapcaster. That means they're afraid of stuff in the graveyard, so I guess swords, but I have Supreme Verdict, so I'm not sure. Nice. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to chill here. Probably Snapcaster swords. So maybe they do have Kaito? Brainstorm. Sure. Could also snap into Counterspell. Depending on what they play. If they play something like Hint Torok, that's what I'm going to do. If they do have Daze, that would mean that's awful. Ponder, that's okay. Alright, so let's play the Snap. Let's get swords in here. I'm curious if they decide to fight over this. Now what I want to do, I actually want a swords before blockers because I want to have a guaranteed, I guarantee want to get rid of Bowmasters. So if they would fight over the swords, that would mean I would still block the Bowmasters. And I want to get rid of this. There we go, no threats. That's okay. Tamio. I'm not going to Supreme Verdict because I'm running into a trap. Do I want to Brainstorm here? I guess I do. That's a good one. No Strand. I'm going to put... What do I really do not want them to take? If I have to shuffle, I guess... Verdict? And I'm just going to Swords away this Tamio. If they flip it with Brainstorm, then at least I have Prismatic Ending. I think I just have to... Yep, that works. Nice. They do have a hard cast Kaito, so that means I'm going to shuffle away this Supreme Verdict. I just want to find Pyroblast now. Let's get a Vulcan in case we draw the Pyroblasts. We do not. Sucks to be us. Then let's Prismatic Ending, and I'm just going to one Shitong immediately. Like this. In case I do draw the Pyroblasts, then I can play it. Another island. Wow. Okay, so that sucks again. So be it. Nothing I can do about it. Let's pass. Edict, sure. So again, if we're going to lose here, it's purely because of Kaito. That's quite literally the only card you're afraid of from the blue-black deck. Follow it with a Nethergoyf, that's okay. Verdict, that's really bad. Let's just get rid of this Nethergoyf. Kind of hoping they fight over this. Nope. Do I want to play the island? Let's keep it. Or maybe if they do have him, yeah, let's just play the island. Normally I'd keep it so I can shuffle away with a brainstorm, but they might have a him to Torok, and then I would feel very bad. Okay, so the question is, can we find Pyroblast? As we saw in the first game, that's what's going to be all about. Now, statistically, we've seen 20 cards, so 33% of our deck should contain a Pyroblast, so we will find one soon, especially with these cantrips. But they do have Wasteland for the Volcanic, so they should do that right away. Yes, indeed. Ponder, not bad. Let's play it. We do have the Pyroblast, so I'm going to put them like this. Now, I'm not optimistic. My guess is that they will have definitely found a Force of Will. I was not expecting the Mystical Dispute. That was definitely an important part in the game. Yeah, you can take the Supreme Verdict. I don't care. So yeah, do you have Force Negation or Force Will? Followed up with the Tamio, sure. Step 1 is definitely just kill Kaito. If that fails, GG. And they do have the negation. Let's concede. So what can I say here? This is a good matchup, but if they have Kaito, you lose. And we saw exactly that's how it turned out to be. Of course, you do have Pyroblasts, which are really, really good against them. But if, you know, Kaito is such a good way to actually go through your deck that if you're not able to get rid of it soon, you would just lose, unfortunately. Main takeaway here, just kill it immediately on sight. This is so bad. Maybe I should have brought in Containment Priest, but I don't like that because you saw in the second game, they just hardcast it, so I don't think it makes a lot of sense. Right, so what do we have here? I'm on the draw. Well, hand's not bad. I do have a Ponder to find some stuff. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep. I'm in a dark, so I don't know what I'm playing against, so this hand's fine. I'm going to keep. And they duress me, because of course, this format is so black heavy right now, which is why I'm usually, if I'm playing decks, I'm playing green decks because I want to have Veil of Summer, which is why usually when I'm playing Control, I prefer to have Band Control these days, because you can play Veil of Summer. But I do like this list. Tamio, that's a good pickup. Let's play it. Saga, so probably going to be Black Saga Storm. They main with those Sagas, but we do have to double dress down, so not unhappy. Thoughtseize. I don't really care what they take here. They take the Wan Shi Tong because they will definitely search with the Saga, but I think Narset it's better for me right now. I'm just going to attack here, and I will draw immediately. Maybe not, in case they have a Thoughtseize. Let's play the Strand. I want to get an island, sorry, a Plains, so I can play back to basics if I find it. It's not going to be terribly exciting, but better than doing nothing. Next turn, probably just slam down Narset, if we get another turn, that is. Okay, excellent. This is why we didn't draw a card yet with the Clue token. They should take Narset. I'm sure they will. Triple discard is just always almost impossible to beat, especially for a control deck. So let's draw end of turn, land, perfect. I'm joking. Okay, that's a good pickup. Let's play the Volcanic. Dig for a Force. There we go. Let's slam in and pass. Now it's really good for us that they are not able to actually make the constructs, because they could just beat us to death. Dark Ritual. Do I want to fight over this? It's tempting, it really is. I think I'm gonna. Or maybe this is an ultimate bait. Ooh, sorry about that, I just hit my mic. Maybe this is an ultimate bait, and next time they want to kill me. Like, is it so bad that they make one token? I can probably race. I can probably beat that. We have so much removal spells. I think this is a bait, and I'm going to let it happen. So they do get Shadow Spin and make a construct, so now this means that they can have a threat here with a Trample and Lifelink, but I don't really care. Any removal spell here is good enough. And we draw dress down. Perfect. Let's minus first. Look for another Force, probably, and I think we are golden. Yeah, another Force. Excellent pickup. So I think this game is over. Let's just play this. Definitely not going to do anything here. I want to have double Force up if I can. Let's just slam in. I want to have the possibility of playing dress down too, so I'm not going to crack these clues. Diamond, sure. I could even, because I'm guessing that they will attack Narset, I could even just let it happen and then just do nothing. But I think I'd rather keep it around. They are attacking me. Okay, so I'm just going to say fine. Don't really care. Then end of turn. Let's see what they do. They're going to crack green. Nope, go to main phase. They exile Gaia's Will. Nice. So I'm going to... I think I'm just going to draw. Definitely once. I want to have another blue card to feel safe. I think I'm just going to draw again. Double land, that sucks. Counter spell, that's good. Let's play an island, slam in, and pass. I just want to bury them in card advantage, because this guy's will is not gonna do a whole lot. So they're attacking me again. I'm gonna let it happen. Let's draw here. If they are holding on to a Saga, I'd rather have the dress down. Swords, yeah, that's a good pickup. So we attack. Let's slam in, draw. Okay, another force. So we should be safe, right? I'm just gonna chill. Throw away a land here. Both of these. Guy's will suspends, that's okay, and I will swords the construct. This is why I've kept the dress down. I just want to have as many blue cards in hand as I can. So now we can swords, no reason to hold on to it. Okay, so this game is now definitely over. We get to untap here quite easily. And now I can hard cast forces, stuff like that. So I can't see us losing this game. So they just draw and pass. So let's draw here. Land. Okay. Let's play the island. Slam in. Let's draw. Another force. Okay. I think it's safe to dress down now and flip this Tamio. But if we do that, they lose the ability. So be careful of that. So I'm just going to chill. Let's get rid of this land. So they try to cast Gaia's Will. So let's counter. They concede. Yeah, this game was over when we had all of this. Sideboarding. I actually like Wrath of the Skies because they play a lot of artifacts. I do like Lavinia. Melrod's good against them too. Wrath also hits the Saga tokens, and I do like Consigns. That's pretty much it. I'm not sure if I want to have Harbingers against them. Now, I do have other cards that I want to take out, so maybe. Supreme Verdict aren't bad. You know, definitely taking out these swords. They are the worst ones, so I think Supreme Verdict is too slow with us having the Wrath, so I'm going to cut it. I'm going to trim one Prismatic Ending. I think that's going to be it. Back to Basics is not that great against them. If I'm able to do that, I've already won the game. So Surgical, not terrible. Let's play it. And then I think it's just bring back in one Prismatic Ending. Maybe I should play one of these Harbingers then against the Saga tokens, but that's just too slow. Maybe on when I'm on a play, but I'm going to play like this right now and submit. I mean, the hand's good, but I need lands to play Magic, so let's mulligan. This is awful. That's a mulligan. I know I asked for lands, but I guess I made the monkey paw curl. Yeah, I'm going to keep because I'm not mulliganing to 4. This just sucks. What can I actually play? Definitely gonna get rid of this one Chitong and then I guess one Ponder. Yeah, done. I'm just hoping that they go for a very aggressive turn 1. Crow Mox, sure. Love to be on the play here. So I can consign and have lands. I could have forced this, but I don't want to do that really. Duress 2, that sucks, so be it. There's heal through the turn. They will take Force Will, and I think we're just gonna lose. What can I say here? This is just the ultimate mana screw. Mana screw, mana flood, mana screw. They take force as expected. We do draw land. What do I want to do here? Do I want to, in their draw step, surgical to duress? Is that worth it? I think I want to do nothing and keep consign up. I do like surgicaling the duress just to see what they have in hand, because they can play around surgical now. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Hopefully they just draw one. Okay, so that's surgical. Also good for me to know what they actually have, what they are working with. Let's take a quick peek. They have Tutor, Thoughtseize, and an artifact in here. Anything spicy that I need to be aware of? Triple Abrupt Decay is interesting. For the rest, there's nothing that I wasn't expecting. Okay, good to know. So now, do I want to stifle this triggered ability? Because I may just lose to it. But they don't have, yeah, they don't have a lot else going on because they will just Thoughtseize and get rid of one of these things. So I think it's the best for me to actually consign this. They're making the construct tokens because then if they Thoughtseize me, like, so what? Who cares? I have double cantrip, so I think this is the best thing to do. That's their win con currently. Okay, so currently all as expected. They will probably just Infernal Tutor. That would be my guess. Indeed, let's see what they get. I just want to find Wrath of the Skies now, dude. Boom, just get rid of everything. I am going to brainstorm. Yikes. Okay, so let's put them like this. Play the land and pass. So my guess is that they just got Beseech the Mirror. So Now it's going to be a question if they have 4 mana or not. Okay, so I think we're dead. So the Infernal Tutor, they will crack the diamond. Now they have the option to actually cast Beseech the Mirror. There we go. So I guess they just get Gaia's Will, I think the right name is of the card. Looks like they're going to start off by beseeching again. Yeah, that makes sense. And there we go, the Gaia's Will. And I think they messed up here because they actually do not have lethal. So that happens. You know, never concede. Okay, cool. So we won a bad matchup and we lost a good one. It happens. Opening hand here pretty good. We have removal, we have cantrips, we have counter magic. So we are pretty well set up to deal with whatever our opponent's going to try and do. Ancient Tomb into Chalice. Let's see if we want to fight over this. I think we do. Currently I don't have that much going. Oh, never mind. Lava Spur Boots. So that's an aggro deck, so that means I'm actually gonna fight over this. I'm going to pitch Snapcaster. What this means to me is that I'm playing against Affinity, and you don't want to have Affinity having the Lava Spur Boots. It's too scary, so I'm just gonna fight over that. And since we have swords now, the boots, they also give like ward, if I'm correct, right? Yeah, ward, so I'm just very afraid of that card. Especially in combination with Urza Saga, which is what they probably have next turn. It's just not something you want to see resolving. I'm fine with Shadow Spear though. Okay, so we saw swords and double fetch land. I'm going to draw 1 sword, and then I have the possibility of fetching away the other fetch land, so I'm okay with that. Chalice, that cannot resolve, so let's counter this. That worked, excellent. Now against Jeskai, Chalice is really not the end of the world. But still, you'd rather not have it resolve. Mox, that's fine. That's it, okay, so in the upkeep fetch. Give them a turn, I don't need to play around Wasteland or stuff like that. Counterspell, not bad, let's pass. Yeah, so far this counterspell has been quite nice. Hull Breacher, sure. There we have the Saga that I was afraid of. They just drew it. Otherwise, they would have played it before. They will probably equip the Shadow Spears in response. I'm going to swords. It looks like they have the turtle. I'm going to counterspell that. Called it. So let's counterspell the turtle. They are now empty-handed. I will fetch up Volcanic because I want to have access to white mana. So I can swords the Hull Breacher. I could also wait for this Hull Breacher because the more scary things here are probably the other Saga tokens, but I do have more time. It does slam in for 4 though. I should probably swords. Imagine I draw something like Teferi next turn. I just want to slam it down and bounce the Saga. Ending. I could get rid of Shadow Spear, but I think I'd rather have Ending and Swords to get rid of the 2 tokens. So let's just chill. Patchwork, that's okay. Currently it's just a 1/1 with Ward, which we can get rid of her. So it's not that big of a deal. Saga is much more threatening. So I'd really want to draw Dress Down now. Shadow Spear does not give haste, so they can equip. Back to basics. I mean, yeah. I guess that's on me for not fetching up the basics. That's on me. Now, luckily for us, Lava Spur Boots is gone, so at least they can't give one of these tokens haste. So it should be good. I'm going to swords one of them, ending the other one. And they are pretty close to killing themselves with these Ancient Tombs, so that's funny. They do have lifelink, of course, so I guess they're fine. Pinnacle Emissary. Think I want a swords now. Do not make this construct any bigger. They slam in for 3. See my back to basics with the bauble. Ending. Okay, so this one goes first, for sure. And I could get rid of the Shadow Spear, but I'd rather wait until I draw a land and get rid of this patchwork. So let's just yield. I could also get rid of the Pinnacle Emissary. We'll see. I've given them a lot of life to work with, so that's not an issue for them anymore. They play the Emissary. Chalice, that's okay. So now I want to draw a land so I can kill that patchwork. Excellent. Let's do this. White-blue. We can pay for the ward. Let's yield. I may just slam down this back to basics soon. I think that's probably the best play that I can make. Play the Pinnacle, slam in, sure. Verdict, yeah, I'm going to play it. Emery, okay. And they have another Emissary left, which they do play, as they should, of course. Now, back to basics is not that good, because with Emery they can actually replay 0 drops all the time. Narset. I think I'm going to play that. See what's up. Whiff. It's not going to be my league. That's clear. It's not going to be my league today. They target Lava Spell Boots, but they don't realize that Shell is going to counter that. That's quite silly. Like, okay, sure. They definitely forgot about that. Otherwise, they would just play a Bauble. So I guess they just attack me. That's what they should do, probably. Maybe they want to get rid of Narset, so I can't find that out. They attack me indeed. Am I going to be able to kill them? They have Trample, so fourth does not stop me from losing. Let's dig. Teferi's not bad. Not good enough, though. I'm still taking 2 from this. Ending. Also not good enough. Okay, so that's Teferi. I need them to make a mistake. So I'm going to play Teferi. Bounce this guy. Draw. Brainstorm's going to walk into Chalice, so let's pass. And they just attack me and I'm dead. Maybe they forget about it. They do not. Sideboarding pretty straightforward. Wrath, really good. Pyroblasts, really good. Null Rod, great. You also have these Consigned Memories, which are good, and Harbingers. I think I'd rather have... Well, Harbingers not that great because they still have the islands. Supreme Verdict, also very good. And then Consigned Memories are also nice. Don't really like counter spells. It's too slow in this matchup. Same counts for Forces. Not going to cut them all. I don't like Jace. It's way too slow. Want to have these Consigns. Not going to play them all. I think 2 is fine. Let's cut another Force, and I start trimming down. Like the 3 drops, we have a lot of them, so I'm going to trim down some number, like 1 Narset, 1 Teferi, and I think I'm going to cut 1 Ending. And that's it. Yeah, hand seems legit. Let's keep. Now, I do want to get basics if I can. However, I currently don't have white mana, so I'm going to get this Volcanic out there, pass, because I want to turn 1, consign a potential Chalice of the Void. So let's just not tap into a Tamio. Petal can resolve. There we go, called it. Now, good thing here is that even if they fight over this, I still have Prismatic Ending, so I definitely want to do this and hope that they force. That would be ideal. They do not. They also Bauble. I can... Yeah, I'm just going to play Tamio and Brainstorm immediately. I will just get a Tundra. I'm curious if they would fight over this. They do, as they should probably. Let's yield. If I draw a land next turn, I actually start bouncing the Seed of the Synods, which is really cool. Petal, sure. Chalice, yeah, perfect. I do not care. There we go. I'm going to slam with Tamio, and I'm going to play this Teferi. I'm just going to bounce Chalice. Not that I care about it, but they have to. I could also bounce a land, but doesn't really do all that much. Bounce Chalice. Land, okay. Next turn, flip Tamio, unless I have to, Prismatic Ending. And now I just want to find Wrath of the Skies. That would be insanely powerful. Replay the Chalice, sure. Time to memory, yeah, that works through a Chalice. I'm just going to plus. Now I can play Prismatic Ending at instant speed, so I'm just going to chill. I'm not going to flip Tamio just yet. No need to overextend here. Hull Breacher. Okay, so let's fetch up that Plains. Let's ending the Chalice. Hull Breacher may resolve. Swords its end of turn. And we are good to go. Looks like we are golden. Narset 2, perfect. Do I want to flip Tamio now? Or do I want to play Narset? I think I'm just going to draw, because I want to find a land here. And maybe I find Wrath of the Skies. One Shitong. Yeah, I'm just going to flip Tamio. Because whatever they do next turn, then I can start replaying stuff from the graveyard. No land found is unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. Even if they have Chalice here, I can still just play it. Prismatic Ending. And next turn I just play Narset, I guess. I just want to find Wrath of the Skies and finish this game. I think I just plus here and also plus Teferi. Let's play our Narset. Wrath of the Skies, yes indeed. I can also wait here. Yeah, I'm just going to wait, but they concede. Yeah, this game is over. Anything I want to change here for game 2? I guess so. Back to basics a bit slow. I think I'd rather have 1 more force and probably cut 1 a Supreme Verdict for 1 ending. No, it's a bit slow. Supreme Verdict, I still have 1 and I have Wrath, so I think this is fine. I like the Fairy, but on draw it's worse, so I think this is good. Yeah, this is good. Good hand, let's keep. Chalice, Patchwork. That gets counted. It's too fast. And here, I want to be able to Pyroblast, so I'm going to play the Scalding Tarn. I did miss a basic mountain a couple of times already. So land base, I would probably want one Surveyor land and one basic mountain somewhere. Patchwork, okay. We are close to being able to swords this one, so it's not the end of the world. They make it very big, so be it. Saga, sure. Now, I know it's on top, but I'm still not going to fetch because I just want to have the highest chance possible of drawing a land. Tamio, that's a good one. So I want to be able to play Tamio now and have access to either Swords or Pyroblast, so I'm just going to get with this Prismatic Feaster. I will just get an island. I could also Ponder, maybe that's better. Because Tamio doesn't do all that much currently, and I'd rather just find a way to stabilize. Ending an island. Yeah, I like that. So next turn I can get rid of this Patchwork. Pyroblast currently not doing a whole lot. So if I don't have to take the end, if I'm gonna Pyroblast, I mean if I have to, I'm gonna. Okay, sucks, nothing I can do about it. Now that does mean I need to draw that ending. So that's ending the Chalice, play Tamio. They will probably get the boots. They get a Mox, okay, so they need mana. They have another one, great. So All-Star is going to be Wrath. Dress down would also be fine. I'm not going to block with Tamio just yet. Take 4 damage and they play Emery. Okay. Verdict. Ooh. I dig that. However, that does mean that Tamio will die, so there's on blocking duty. Anything interesting in here? I just need to find lands now. Well, one land to be precise. So I'm going to play Narset. Keep Tamio in blocking duty. I could have Swords the Patchwork, but I really want to go all in onto this Supreme Verdict. Who knows, maybe they counter the Narset. Would not be that bad, really. They do. Let's yield. Again, just need lands. I've had that quite a lot this league, where I just, if I had one more land, we would have been fine. Tamio will block. Now with Saga, of course, Supreme Verdict is not a guaranteed safety net. They have Pinnacle Emissary. That walks straight into Supreme Verdict, so let's just top deck that land. They do decide to make the token now to deal more damage, so that makes sense, which is good for us. So we really need to draw that land. And then I think we may squeeze out another turn. And then we have Swords, so not unhappy currently. We do need to find the land. Now, they do have the boots to make hasty creatures, so I think we could just still be dead. First part is drawing a land. We do not, so I think we lose here. Anything we can do? Nope, dead. Ooh, yikes. What an awful hand. Let's mulligan. I mean, I'm going to keep. I'm not going to mulligan to 5. Lots of mulligans this league. Lots of mulligans. It could also be just that speaks to that the deck is not really that well positioned right now. It that heralds the end. This is going to be a tough matchup again. Let's see how we can perform. Play Tamio, pass. Then to Kozilek's Command, getting rid of the Tamio. Yep, that's quite good. For them, not for me. And they also draw the card that's on top. Sure. At least I'm going to be able to counterspell. I did draw Volcanic, which sucks. I may have to just fort to get a Monarchy. But I may possibly never get it back. So I'm a bit afraid of doing that. Yeah, Wasteland. That's not going to do anything against us. Fleshraker, that can't resolve. Because I think a way how I can possibly steal this game is if I have... if I'm going to top deck back to basics here, that would mean we're alright. And that's a way how they can actually get mana through this, so I don't want that. Jace. So, how risky is it for me to just take the Monarch and ride that to victory, or try to ride it to victory? It is very risky. I don't think I'm ever going to get the Monarchy back, and do I want to give them that advantage? Probably the answer is no, so I'm just going to yield. Thought not. That's a good one. Okay. Don't even know what they should take. Probably Jace. Indeed. Swords. That's not a bad pickup. I think I'm going to Swords. Thought not straight away. Just so I can draw another card. Yes, that does mean that they're going to be able to Wasteland me. But if I draw back the basics now, I'm happy. They do Wasteland in response, so let us draw back the basics, which we do not do. That fourth. Okay, let's play Scalding Tarn. Next turn, if they don't do like If they don't play a threat, maybe I can fourth for 2 and keep 1 blocker up. It's just so unlikely that they don't do anything. Linebreaker, that's a scary one. Slime in for 1,000,000 damage. How can we wiggle through here? Bouncing this one doesn't make any sense. So I think I can win if... Well, win. I can squeeze out an extra turn if I need to play Teferi now. Bounce it, that heralds the end. Ooh, wait a minute. I can actually bounce the Eldrazi Linebreaker because they don't have red. So that's actually better. So let's play Teferi. Bounce the Linebreaker. Hope to draw Tamio so I have a blocker. Well, I'm not complaining there. And yield. Played nicely to our outs there. Eldrazi Temple, they have 1,000,000 mana, so I'm afraid. I'm very afraid. I think game 1, this is like almost unwinnable against Eldrazi. They just Kozilek's Command for a bunch of stuff. That's okay, you know, they do make 1,000,000 tokens. So they are able to follow this up with another play. And if they are able to play in the Linebreaker now, we are in trouble. Leave 4 on top, 2 to the bottom. I don't like that. 1 Chitong, not great. Yeah, what do we do? What do we do? They can just attack with everything and I'm dead. Guess we need to find a way how we can flip Tamio. That means I need to attack, draw, and then hopefully draw into like Brainstorm or Ponder. That doesn't cut it. Yeah, so we are just dead. Sideboarding is relatively easy. You want your Consigns, you want your Harbingers, and you want to have Wrath of the Skies and Supreme Verdict. That's it. Counter Magic is terrible. Well, that's not true. It's not terrible. We have worse things to take out. Honestly, not the biggest fan of 1 Chitong or 4th Illingus. Harbingers will be what we win the game with. These Planeswalkers are quite slow. Counter spells definitely go out. Chase is way too slow. Dress down is not terribly exciting, so we can trim down 1. Alright, we do have back to basics, which is great. We do have Consign, which is great, but I have nothing else going on, so... I'm going to have to mulligan here. So many mana issues this league. Yeah, this is a keep. I'm going to play with turn 1 Tamio and hope that we can ride this Brainstorm to victory. They play Temple and pass. Okay, I'm just going to slam in and Brainstorm. Ooh, no white mana, so I'm going to have to ponder. Let's get rid of these 2. Maybe an ending? That's probably worse, so... Ponder. Okay, we do find the land, so maybe I should keep this. Is this better than a random stuff I don't know about? I doubt it. Because then I can dig for a land, play these white mana spells. And if we are going to rely on Chalice, it's not the end of the world. We do have Prismatic Ending. We will find the land eventually. We're going to go for Linebreaker, sure. Luckily, Tamio will survive, so now I really need to find the swords. Then I'm liking my odds. So I guess I ponder. No land, so that's a shuffle. Let's Brainstorm. We do find the land. I think I like that 4th. Don't think I need ending anymore. Dresdan isn't great. I'm going to have to shuffle some stuff away, so I could also get rid of the island. Dresdan isn't bad either, because it does have anti-battlefield abilities, but I'm not going to be able to play it anytime soon. Yeah, let's get rid of Dresdan. Let's play this, play that. And I'm not going to Swords just yet because I hope that my opponent thinks that Linebreaker is good enough to get rid of Tamio. So I'm hoping that they just go into combat and then I can Swords it. Because otherwise they may just play another Linebreaker. Or if they play it, they just attack 1 to me, 1 to Tamio. In response to the trigger, we are going to Swords. Get rid of it. Let's see what they have left. A Fleshraker. Yeah, okay. I think it's time for me to try and take control. So I'm going to Swords that. If I 4th here for 1, they can actually get rid of the token, but I think I just have to try. Oh, not yet. I don't have the correct mana. So I'm going to crack the clue. See what's up. Consign, that's a good pickup. So I'm going to plus. Especially being able to take back the consigned memory with Tamio is excellent. Kozilek's Command. Being able to counter this feels great. Now the question is, do I want to go for the Tamio Ultimate, or do I want to take back the Consign and ride 4th Illingus to victory? Okay, never mind. That makes the choice quite easy. So now I will take back this consign. And yeah, they concede, yeah. This is a pretty good hand. I have removal, I have back to basics, so I'm going to keep. They play Chalice, that's really fine. Because that means this back to basics is still alive. Play the Vista, pass. Don't get me wrong, Chalice the Void is an annoying card. People are playing it again. It was gone for a long while now, so if they have Thought Knot, it's just game over. Chalice makes it so you can't play Magic. That heralds the end, okay. Now we still have our Wrath for the Skies, our Prismatic Endings, so it's not like we have nothing to do. Let's yield through the turn, see what's up. As long as they don't have Thought Knot, I'm okay. They will slam in, okay. And they do have the Thought Knot. That's game over. I'm going to draw one card, see what's up, but I'm not going to waste any time on this. They just had the perfect hand against mine. That happens sometimes. We could top deck another back to basics, but even then, they have 6 power on the board, so if it's not a good one here, I'm just going to concede. Tamio, okay. Alright, last round. Currently not too impressed with this Jeskai list. Let's keep. But let's see if we can turn that around. Now, in all fairness, we could have won some of those rounds that we lost, but we still lost. Now, this is a good start. We did have a lot of mana issues, though, which is quite unusual in this Jeskai list. So that's something to take into account. Petal and Urborg. I'm actually just going to ending this Petal. It's too funny not to. It's always hilarious when you can actually do this. Dark Depths, sure. Chalice. Don't care about Chalice. Play the Island, pass, because I'm going to bounce the Chalice with Teferi, so that's okay. Eldrazi Temple 2. Okay. So some kind of a weird Eldrazi hybrid. Thought not. We really need to have Teferi, so I'm going to counter that. Do I want to Narset or Teferi? I think Teferi is just better. Now I'm currently gonna plus. Okay, so they make the Merit Lage token. I want to be able to bounce it. And next time I want to be able to bounce and be able to brainstorm. They play Fleshraker and Overlord. Okay, so they are empty-handed. Cool, let's bounce the Chalice. Draw. Tamio. Brainstorm. Okay, lots of good cards here. Let's put them like this. Tamio flips. Kept one Swords because I definitely want to be able to get rid of the Fleshraker. Plus this one, pass. We're going to draw a Swords next turn, so depending on how the game goes, I will actually draw it or decide to shuffle with the the Scalding Tarn. Another one. That's fine. I have Swords. I could also counter. But I'd love to have that Narset. Yeah, that's fine. They have Mutated Cultists, which is a cast trigger. It's always so annoying when they have cast triggers. No, so nothing I can do about that. It is interesting that it decided to not target their own Dark Depths. Now it just doesn't do anything anymore, so I'm going to let it resolve. Now the question is, do I want to have that Swords? I think I do, to get rid of the Fleshraker. They play Chalice on 1. I'm going to have to counter that. They have some good draws here. Not much I can do about it. Okay, let's yield. Draw the Swords. Get rid of that. Plus Teferi, pass. Cosmic's Command, X is 3. Let's see what they find. They do attack Teferi. They do not want me to bounce the Overlord, I guess. Let's get a Volk. Draw. 4th. Is that worth it? I think I'm just going to have to play it, really. So I am going to have to attack with both if I want to get the Monarchy. Because if I attack with 1, they will just block with the Eldrazi spawn tokens. But maybe that's just fine. If I do lose the Monarchy, I don't think I'm ever going to get it back. But with the Overlord, they're already at the advantage. So I think I just need to attack with these two. Except that I will lose the Monarchy again. But I think if I don't do this, I'm going to lose anyway. That's how it feels. They play Sire of 7 Deaths. Okay. Cool. Not looking good. Huh. So I can bounce the Sire. At least I get back the Monarchy. I mean, what else am I going to do? I have to lose so much life, but I think I have to. I didn't want to dress down first in case I drew a good card, which luckily I did. Is it good enough, though? guess what we can do is we can play Jace. Bounce the Spawn so I can get back the Monarchy with one of these. But I'm not optimistic. They still have the Sire there. Now I can dress down. Something. Ending. Okay. They play another Sire. That's fine. Looks like I'm going to be able to keep the Monarchy. That's something. Now they do have the Overlord. I can bounce it though. Ooh, back to basics. That's not bad. That's not bad. I'm definitely going to play back to basics to try and win the game that way. And then I also need to play dress down, so that sucks. Otherwise, I just lose to this. Because if I do that, that means that they lose the first strike vision and stuff like that. I could play dress down first, bounce the Sire. They never play it back, but then still have the Overlord here. So block the Overlord, block this one. Bounce the turn after. I don't hate that. So start with dress down. Blood Strand, okay. Of course, since I play dress down now, they will be able to get the trigger from this Overlord, but I needed to bounce straight away. Because I also wanted to play the back to basics, and if I didn't play the dress down now, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So I think I just had to. Feels kind of bad, but if they're not able to cast their spells, I guess it's fine. We play the back to basics and pass. Now I am going to be able to bounce this Overlord with Jace, so... Okay, not unhappy currently. We may be able to stabilize because of this back to basics. They do return a Glaring Flesh Raker. Who did they attack? Me. Let's double block. I do not want them to have the Monarchy. That's all I have left. Okay, so we need to be able to stabilize here. I'm definitely gonna have to get rid of this Overlord. Now I don't have mana to get rid of both of these, so I'm gonna have to return this one. Get rid of the Flesh Raker. I still have Counterspell up, but I will lose the Monarchy, which is okay if they can't cast any of their stuff. So, yeah, we'll see if we get there. I didn't want to tap down the Tundra, because I wanted to have access to Volk, so I had 3 mana. That means I didn't have white mana to get rid of this this one, the Cultist. Now, I am going to be able to get rid of it next turn. That's something. Yeah, this could just be good enough. I think if we find a threat, we may actually get there. Is Tamiyo the threat that I'm looking for? I guess I just keep it. I don't think you want to get rid of a Tamiyo at this state. The Cultist does have Death Touch, so I'm not going to be able to block. Well, I can block, but I don't want to. I'm going to need to cash in this Prismatic Ending soon. Not the land I was hoping for, but let's just slam in, draw, see what's up. I'm going to draw like this, so I have access to Counterspell. Okay, Ponder, I need to do that, so I can... There we go. I needed to have that one. Dress down is good. Let's think. Now, Tamiyo will flip, so that's important. So I don't need to get rid of this meticulous Cultist anytime soon, so I think dress down is the best pickup. Swords after. So that flips. Let's play the Tundra, pass. It's so awkward that they still have the Monarchy. Cast trigger. It's so annoying, the cast trigger. Yeah, but nothing I can do about it. Otherwise I could have dressed down, but that doesn't work. Ooh, they are actually going to get rid of this Dark Depths. So what do I want to do? Definitely going to ending next turn. I think I just Counterspell. I could also dress down, but I want to have... They can't have that many threats. Then again, I can ending this. Plus that one. These don't do anything. So I think this is okay. And now we can counter the Sire. That's why they played the Cultist probably. So being able to counter that is perfect. Now I'm going to ending the Lage token. Plus the Tamiyo. Oh, yeah, I think I'm just going to go for Tamiyo Ultimate. Then I can take back the 4th soon. Because if I do gain the Monarchy back, I think we should be okay. Thought not. So I'm going to dress down that one. Draw. It's fine. And I am only going to Swords in my turn, so I get to draw a card. Yeah, that doesn't work, my friend. Snapcaster, that is not bad. That is not bad. So let's plus this. Volk. Swords, the Thought Knot. Draw. Force. Not bad. I could actually, if I want to, I can 4th Erlingus here. Or do I? Yeah, I probably want to 4th Erlingus next turn. I can have the Tamio up. Then again, if I fourth now, take back the Monarchy, I can Tamio ult next turn. I think that's better. Okay, so we snap, we take back the Monarchy with fourth Alingus. Hopefully draw a blue card. We do not. Okay, I guess I can't complain. They have the Cultist. Oh, that sucks. But again, nothing I can do about it. But at least I have the Monarchy. So this is what I was afraid of. Now, the One Ring, that's okay. If they don't have mana to cast their spells, it's not that great, because it's actually a win condition for me. That doesn't work. Okay. No removal spells. It's unfortunate. I'm gonna go down to 1. So be it. There we go, swords, that's what I wanted. Now I can prevent them from getting the Monarchy. 1 wastes. Sure. Ooh, that's a counter. Luckily I can hardcast. They gave me a swamp so I don't have to fetch. That's really good. That's really good. They attack with everything. I'm going to swords one of them. Block the other 2. Ooh, maybe I should double block one of these, because they do have Death Touch, so I'm going to lose both of them. So I might as well just take down one of them with me. Yeah, I think that's better. Ooh, but that does mean, yeah. Yeah, it sucks, but I think I have to do this. Otherwise, I need to top deck exactly Supreme Verdict. And the good thing here is that they had Death Touch, but they only were able to deal 1 damage to one of these creatures. Because they can only, it's only 1 power, so that's okay. We didn't find removal, so I'm not going to be able to attack because I'm at 1 life. So I did find Counterspell, it's not the end of the world. Let's see, past the turn. So I'm going to have to block the Cultist here, unfortunately. We're doing our best to stabilize, but I don't think we're going to get there. We got close, but they had so many Cultists. Being able to get rid of the counters, especially exactly at the time when I was going to ultimate the Tamio. But this was a cool game. The best game of the league so far. Okay, so that's uncounterable. Let's yield. Block that one. Top deck Supreme Verdict? No, but we do top deck Snapcaster. I am just going to snap right now, because I want to draw a card from the Thought Knot. An island, yikes. Let's play it, pass. Who knows, if I get lucky, maybe I mill him. Unlikely. And they find a removal spell. Okay, let's concede. So sideboarding exactly the same as we did against the Eldrazi deck. This is nice. Not perfect, but it's good. We have Consign, we have Removal, Dress Down, Snap. It's too good to get rid of. I'd really like to have some way to... Usually what we want to have, ideally, is a Back to Basics effect and Consign to Memory, but I can't mulligan this. It's fine. They just play Dark Depths. Ooh, Harbinger, that's a good pickup. I'm not complaining about that. So let's play the Flooded Strand, pass. Here's to them playing a 2-drop. Then I can follow it up with a Harbinger. Heaven of Souls. Sure. Let's just play the Harbinger, see if it's good enough. It's usually very good against them. Especially if we get to untap here. Untapping with a Consign to Memory, all good. Chalice, yeah, that's fine. Chalice is not going to do anything here. I already have Ending too, so... Feaster. I am just going to get rid of this Chalice. Because why not? Let's play Tamio 2, pass. I want to win as soon as possible here. Because if they do find a way to get rid of Harbinger, we could be in a lot of trouble. Back to basics too. Okay, this is perfect. This is perfect. Just slam it down. Because even if they get rid of one of them, they can't get rid of both. If they want to do anything, they need to tap out. So I'm feeling good. Especially since I also have the Consign to Memory. That's a lot of hate. Heaven, sure. And by that you mean Island. Slam in, Brainstorm. We put Teferi and Prismatic Ending back. Let's play a land here and pass the turn. And I'm just going to chill now. Because you know what I'm afraid of? Cast triggers. So I want to have Consign to Memory up every single time. Let's just keep the threat going here. If I can ult with Tamio, we should be good. Play the Depths, have 1 blue up. Sure. Dismember on the Harbinger. That's a good one. So I guess I just draw. Now I know what's on top. So that doesn't do anything for me. So I think I'm going to have to let this one resolve. But I'm kind of hoping now that they just use all their mana to cast a spell. Okay, so this is really nice from them. What they did is they, in response to... So it ended with 0 counters, right? So now, since the creature goes away, it actually becomes the Merit Lage token. But this is fine because I have Snap and Ending, so I don't really care. I can get rid of this. And I can also play Teferi. I'm just hoping that they play some other stuff to get into, you know, tap their lands into the back to basics. But heads up play by my opponent, for sure. Ah, there we go. That's the trigger that I was hoping that I could counter. So I can't counter the Void or the Mutated Cultist itself, but you can actually counter the trigger. This means I get to keep my Tamio, and this doesn't really do all that much. And they've tapped out, or they haven't tapped out, but they've tapped their lands for this to work. See if they have another one. It's possible. That would be really unfortunate. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to snap and consign that one too. Now they have tapped out, so this is excellent. Cool game. So recast that. The Cultist resolves. I'm going to plus... Let's play Teferi first. Bounce the Lage token. Plus Tamio. Play the Tundra. And yield. Since my opponent is at 2 now, I'm feeling in a much, much better state than we were the previous game. And they concede. I think that's fair. Alright, that's been some cool games, so let's see if we are able to have the same setup for game number 3. I have consigned, so I guess that's just a snap keep. The rest of the hand's fine. I'm missing lands, but I'm gonna see 2 cards before I have to ponder into a land. No turn 1 play, that's always good. Harbinger, perfect. We play so many disruption spells here. 3 consigned, 2 Harbinger, 2 back to basics. It's really good. Chalice. With the way my hand is set up, I really can't let that resolve. Let's ponder first, see what's up. Force. Okay, that's really good. So now, what I can do is draw the Force here for sure. I really want to draw that island, so I can follow this up with a Harbinger. Thought not. So let's Force pitching, I guess, Snapcaster. I am going to have to get, like, I have Scalding Tarn here, so in case they are able to get rid of Harbinger, I want to have the swords up, so I'm going to play this. Let's see what they can do with these islands. Grim Monolith. Okay, that's a good way to come back in this game, because that does make colorless mana. The One Ring, that's okay because I have Narset, so this is really good. That's funny. That's really good. Back to basics would be good too. No, okay, let's play... Okay, this is an island, so let's just play it. Narset, very good against the One Ring. Use it. Brainstorm. Ponder. Fourth, yeah, I'm not gonna be... I guess I take Tamio because I can Brainstorm into it. That's the best thing. No need to attack with the One Ring. Okay, so they don't realize that they can't draw cards because they activated it. Nice, I'll take it. We take those. Every single one of my opponents forgets about Narset all the time. You don't see that card very often anymore. So now what I want is, I guess, consign or back to basics. Shut down the door. Let's minus first, see what's up. Consign, perfect. Tamio. Brainstorm. No need to wait. Not terribly exciting. Let's put them like this and that. Jace is pretty good though. Slam in. Untap, sure. That works. Nothing I can do against that. The One Ring will kill them very quickly as well. Uh-oh, I think they have the trick again of... Okay, do I want to fight out this Grim Monolith? I don't think so. Doesn't really do all that much currently. Do I want to play Jace? I want to have access to Consign to Memory always, so not yet, not yet. Let's Brainstorm. Ooh, that is good. I can only play it next turn, though. It's not that good, honestly. I think I want to be able to back the basics of them at a very good point of the game. So let's attack here. They draw 1, but that's more damage for them, so that's okay. I'll take it. The reason for putting back the basics back is because I wanted to hide information, but if they out-tap now, that's probably a mistake. The more I think about it, that was a mistake regardless. I was thinking about them playing Thought Knots here, but would I have even fought over that? I could have consigned it, so I think I made a small mistake there. I should have kept back the basics if they wanted to do this in combat, but that would be a misplay on them. Disrupt the Flute, do I care? That means I can't do the Tamio, but I don't need it, so I'm actually going to let that resolve. My win condition right now is a combination of Harbinger and a Grim Monolith, and I have another Harbinger, so I'm okay with this. Okay, they just play a Temple and pass. I think we get here. I think we get there. My upkeep, they do use the One Ring, but that means they are close to dying. I am going to play the Harbinger, the second one. I think the cards I lose to are stuff like, I can't even remember the name, the one that, All is Dust, that's the one. But apart from that, I think if I have double Harbinger, even if they get rid of one of them, I still have the other one, and I have Consign up as protection, so I guess it's game over for them. Oh, my opponent just concedes. Okay, yeah, I think that's probably fair. Summary, the deck felt okay, but we saw how scary it was against certain matchups. Like, we are very, like, I'm not afraid of Eldrazi. We saw how good we have stuff against them, like Consigns, Harbingers, back to basics, but there's a reason why I haven't played Jeskai all that much recently and gone to Banned, and I think we did see that in this league, but I did have a lot of fun. Maybe our tweaks I would make is do definitely play one mountain, so one Volk out for one mountain, and then play one Surveil Land. And for the rest, I think it's okay, but I should probably play it more. Alright, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this content, and see you soon. Bye.